Welcome, citizens, to a special presentation of New Amsterdam Radio, the podcast for creatives. Now, if you're familiar with the podcast, you know typically I sit down with entrepreneurs and creatives about what makes them tick. But one of the cool things about being so much in the space of creative expression and entrepreneurial expression is seeing new ways of that being implemented. Influencer Fight League, aka IFL, has been one of the biggest movements in sport, and they have a fantastic card coming up for you on June 24th in Los Angeles. IFL 6, the 6th edition. If you're familiar with the brand, you'll know I've done some commentary for them. I've done the weigh-ins for these shows. I'm really a fan of the brand, and they're having their first ever female title fight, Nikki Rue against Barwick. And so I had a chance to sit with each of the competitors to learn more about what their strategy was going into this contest. I mean, celebrity boxing, influencer boxing may seem new on the surface, but underneath that, there is a really strong drive to be the best athlete that you can. Hopefully you enjoy it as much as I had a chance to sit with these competitors. And you got to follow Influencer Fight League to keep yourself in the know for more IFL events in the future. They say Los Angeles is the home to many stars, but the stars are coming out June 24th for IFL 6, being joined by Nikki Rue, who's going to be in a contest for the ages. Nikki, thanks so much for being on the special edition of New Amsterdam Radio, but let's talk about the brass tacks. Brooklyn Barwick and you aren't the best of friends. What's going to happen a week and a half from now in Los Angeles?
Well, the goal is first round knockout.
Wow.
Yeah.
No time for pleasantries.
No, that's it's been very contentious between us, I think is the word I want. And she's made it very clear that she's coming with a lot of excuses. So if it's at all close, I already know she's going to try and pull something. So I just want to make it clear right from the get-go that I'm just the better athlete and fighter.
Now, I got to give credit to IFL News at IFL News on Instagram. There was an uploaded video at looked like a nightclub venue where you and Ms. Barwick got into it. Why is it personal? I mean, it could just be just a nice little competition of who's better, but this one seems to have a whole level of grudge involved.
Yeah. Well, that would have been my preference. I'm not really one for a lot of drama, but I'm also very much not one to back down by any means. And she just really likes to run her mouth, which I'm not a fan of. I don't really like mean girls. I don't like bullies. I don't like people who are unjustifiably arrogant.
Yeah.
So she told me to roll up, so I did.
Wow. And roll up you will. IFL seems to get bigger and bigger and bigger, and you are currently undefeated. In fact, at IFL 2, which I was on the call for, you took down Miho Fuji, which was totally in a different weight class and a reach class as well. What's the game plan here going against someone as differently abled as Brooklyn Barwick?
Yeah, I mean, with Miho, that was a whole different thing. I mean, she had 60 pounds on me. Like, the power was unbelievable. Brooklyn's not going to have that. I mean, she doesn't have the power on me. She doesn't have the conditioning on me. She doesn't have the speed on me. Like, it's hard to imagine where her strength is going to be in this, because by no means am I the best in the world, but I'm definitely better than her. So I think my main plan is to really step in and come in hard.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you're being awfully modest about being the best in the world, because let's be honest with you, the first ever female ICB title fight, meaning there's going to be gold on the line, which makes you in that class the best in the world. Let's be honest with you. There's a possibility here to make history. That has to be going through your mind here.
Oh gosh, yeah. I mean, it's so funny. I was just thinking about this earlier today. I am very honored to be like the first woman to be fighting for an ICB belt. I will say that I think a lot of it is that I am blessed enough that I haven't stepped into the ring with someone who is better than me yet. Granted, I only have one official fight, but I mean, in real life fights too, I think that there's 4 pillars to fighting. Like, you have your strength, you have your intellect, you have your heart, and you have your technique. And as long as you can lean into where you're the best against that opponent, I think I've been very lucky and blessed that I haven't found someone yet who can best me in those ways, if that makes sense.
Oh yeah.
I know Brooklyn's not going to be the first, so I'm not worried about that. Like, that belt is going to be mine, but I refuse to allow myself to kind of get complacent with that victory, if that makes sense.
No, that makes a whole lot of sense. And you don't have to tell me the whole secret sauce, but what's the difference in training approach this go around? It's a different kind of opponent. We mentioned that before, but what about the mental side out of it? Are you with a new team? Are you trying new techniques? What's that look like?
I am with a new team. I'm over at Fortune Boxing Gym. I'm training with Tam and Justin, who are phenomenal. Justin Fortune is a former champion. Tam actually fought Kim Kardashian, so she's been in the celebrity
Wow.
circuit.
Wow.
Yeah, they're the best. They are so funny. I am approaching this differently, partially because I mean I didn't have a problem with Miho. So there is a different type of fire with this one. I mean, besides the extra pressure of it being a belt and having experience now, I don't like Brooklyn.
Oh
So
wow.
it is an extra force, I guess.
No love lost. I love it. So you've been around with IFL since the very beginning, and to say it's growing is kind of an understatement. What's been your perspective, being inside the ring and outside the ring, watching this brand that started off in a little bit of a boxing gym, but just on a rooftop actually,
Honestly,
blowing up, going crazy to today.
yeah. I mean, I've been around since the second one. So basically beginning, like you said, it it is crazy the exponential growth that I've watched. It's really cool. I mean, like, I know how dedicated David is to this. I know I mean, everyone that's working here um is to this. If we all see this incredible vision, and to have it be coming to life, I only think it's going up. I only think it has exponential growth, and to have such grassroots beginnings is really, really cool to see.
Can you tell me the origin of the kangaroo nickname? What's that about?
Oh, so I'm not Australian, if that's the first guess. But my family, so my last name is Hru, which everyone pronounces as either Haru, Hru, Haru, like however people try. But it's actually just Rue. So every time I tell people how to say it, it's like kangaroo. Uh,
Okay.
yeah, and it's funny. Like, my brother, when he was a wrestler, his nickname was Rooster, because that's how he always told people. And then for my family's company, they have a kangaroo as their company logo. So it is something that's just kind of been around my whole life.
Oh, it makes sense. You always think about something on the hind legs of boxing gloves. It's definitely a kangaroo, right?
Exactly. It just felt like it fit.
Well, June 24th, IFL 6 coming to you from the Academy Los Angeles live in Hollywood. Now's the time, Nikki Rue. Brooklyn's going to be watching this video momentarily. What do you have to say to her?
Oh gosh. Um, I feel like there's been kind of enough talk back and forth. I mean, obviously she doesn't stop and like has lots to say, and I'm sure I'll hear about it because she just, without me even being mentioned, wants to post paragraphs. On my end, I don't have anything to say. I know I'm the better athlete, and that's going to be what wins this for me, not having a better Cutman, not having better friends in the audience, not not like she mentioned me, like my prettiness not winning. Obviously, I don't. None of that is what I'm relying on. I'm just the better athlete.
Well, I do follow you on social, but if someone's watching right now and they want to do follow you after this, how to go about doing that?
Oh, really easy. It's just my name, Nikkihru, like how are you? And that's me on anything that I'm on.
IFL 6, we heard from Nikki Rue, but let's get a word from her opponent. We're talking about the 6th edition of Influencer Fight League live from Los Angeles, Brooklyn, Barwick. Look, I would ask you the same question I asked Nikki Rue a minute ago. Why
Okay.
is this match personal?
This match is personal because honestly, I'm not gonna lie to you. We've had a lot of back and forth in the behind the scenes, and everything is getting handed to Nikki. But I feel like that my team is getting the undercutted. Just it. we don't have an advantage. We really don't. We're coming all the way from Harlem, New York City. Most of us are paying for our own flights, our own hotels, and it's coming a lot of out of pocket. She's getting free merchandise. She's getting free training. And Team Brooklyn is investing into my boxing career. So I think, honestly, that this match is personal because this girl literally thinks she is hot shit, but she is not. And at the end of the day, win or lose, I'm not going to think about the losing because I know Team Brooklyn's going to win. I want to show her that she cannot be a cocky person, that she cannot hold herself high onto this pedestal, all because she has ring girl experience with IFL, previous boxing experience with IFL, being on the promo team and the behind-the-scenes team of IFL. She is the favorite in the seat. Underdogs always win, and I want to make it known to her that she cannot just waltz in thinking that she's going to get handed a belt, all because she is affiliated with IFL currently.
I want to put your perspective on this because it wasn't like you had a DocuSign. It wasn't like you had a Zoom call about this. There were instances, according to IFL News, where you got in Nikki's face outside of the ring to really have a little bit of exchange of words. Nikki said what she felt. I wonder what happened in your words. Why that happened? Why did you guys take things out of the ring?
Okay, so I came all the way from New York City. I am not from New York City. I'm actually from Laguna Beach. So I came home to LA where I first started my career. And a lot of my friends went to the Rainbow Room and we were just having a party welcoming me back into California. And she ended up wanting to waltz on in and stir some drama up. Young Gravy was there. Amber Mesner was there. Yeah, like it was a really good party. There was like up to 200 people that came in and out that whole 6-hour period. It was great. So she wanted to waltz in and kind of just stir the pot up, which I didn't really appreciate because honestly, I told her on site means on site. She was bringing my parents into it. She was bringing my upbringing into it. She was bringing a lot of personal stuff into it. So when she got in my face, I pushed her because you're not going to disrespect me. My name is Brooklyn. And even though I'm not from the borough, my team is coming from Brooklyn. My team is coming from Harlem. My team is coming from Queens. New York, we stand our ground. And I'm not just going to sit here and have a little girl, like I said, that's getting everything handed to her just disrespect me in a way. So that's why I did what I did. If you've seen the video on my Instagram at Brooklyn Barwick, that is the behind the scenes of it. And they had to get in the middle of it because according to my contract, I could not hit her, even though I really wanted to.
Well, so let's take a step back. How'd you go about finding the team you have now? Was it just serendipitous? Was it like piecemeal, like Thanos? You find the Infinity Stones one after one. How'd you figure out, settle on the team you have now rolling into this contest?
Well, going into this contest, like I have the best team ever. I have a really good fight manager named Marco. I have the best coach ever, Popeye, the best Cutman ever, Marky. My team is bicoastal. So all of the sponsored brands that I am repping, they are mostly from New York City, yes, but I am representing the West Coast in this competition. Yeah. Regardless of what coast we live, I'm representing bicoastally. And I think that I did, like you said, I found the infinity warfare of a team because my team doesn't back down. Like, I don't know if you guys have seen at Team Popeye, my coach, but he is a real ass bitch. Like, he has been in the pro scene. He has, he's still currently to this day teaches pro boxers, WBC, and he was Jake Paul's coach as well. Same with Marky. He was Jake Paul's cut man. So I think I found the most solid team because they have the knowledge of actual boxing and influencer boxing. So they are real people. Oh my gosh. I'm trying not to cuss because, this is an interview and this is going to be on all these streaming platforms. But I'm telling you, he is real as shit. He does not take no for an answer. He's not going to let anybody disrespect us. And behind the scenes, we've been fed up and I'm not going to lie to you about that. So I have the best team ever. Nikki only has, and let me just say, Fortune Boxing is a good program I've heard, but Marky's Boxing and Fitness in San Pedro has literally bred Logan and Jake Paul into the beasts that they have become today. And I think I'm going to win, honestly. I'm not even thinking, I'm knowing I'm going to win. So
Well, I will like this. This will be pretty much hardcore enough if it was just a grudge match, but it's not. It is an ICB sanctioned North American Featherweight Championship title match. There's hardware on the line. Brooklyn Barwick, there's a lot of talk about the growth of IFL and what it means for these sanctioned contests, but what it might be like to walk away being the champion when it's all said and done.
Well, honestly, Nikki has seen that I am from Laguna Beach, California, and automatically thinks I'm a rich girl. That's not who I am. Honestly, I've had my past struggles. I'm here representing my people, my family, the place I'm from, the place I'm living. Honestly, I think to win this, it would be a win for all of them, for all of the brands that are supporting me as well. And this is personal to us because at this point in our training camp, we have gone through so many jumps and just cuts and bruises and just jabs basically at my character, at my boxing experience. To win this would be a win for all of us because we're not going to be stomped down upon. And I'm not here to take any bullshit. I'm not even worried about Nikki. I'm more worried about my ICB ranking because after I become the first Northern Featherweight champion for the female division, I'm going to take on Elle Brooke. I'm going to take on other people. I'm going to take on influencers that are much higher than Nikki because I'm going to be real with you. I grew this girl up to like 3,000 followers from this competition, and they are all my people, analytic tracked and everything. So she doesn't have the clout that I have, and I only took this match to put my foot in the door. So regardless, I'm going to be the winner, and this is personal. This match, to take it away, to take everything back to New York City, to represent Laguna Beach, it's a lot for me, and I really want it. So that's why I'm going to be the champion.
I appreciate the confidence, but you can't really overlook that Nikki Rue has a lot in the stamina and resiliency department. I mean, how do you have a strategy to wear that kind of energy down? I mean, she's not someone that goes down easy here.
Well, like she likes to do hiking, cardio, all that, cool, fun, athletic stuff. But I think I'm going to surprise her. I'm not going to give away my strategy too much because, again, she's been weird and following my every footstep, kind of like nobody really does that in boxing. But I do think that the professional boxers that I have been working with, I've been working in Harlem, as I said, LA, as I said. I've also just came back from Tijuana, Mexico. I've been working with different types of pros and coaches. So I think with the variety of knowledge that I've had, even in the short amount of period of time that I have been training, is going to have an advantage over her because at the end of the day, she's not really Australian. She's getting taught the Australian way. I'm the Australian. And the reason why people in Australia who are boxers actually win in the WBC sanctioned events is because they got hurt. So I would love to see more than just body shots from her. I would love to see everything from her because if you look even at her previous match, I'm not going to lie to you, she did not look the best. She did not look the best. And if you see my training videos, I'm already outperforming her. So all the knowledge that I'm getting from my team and from the different places I've trained, I'm just going to soak in and use it on Nikki.
Before we get out of here, now's the time to put over the team, the camp. Let know people how they can follow you and engage with you. Let me all have it.
Alrighty, so promo time, everyone. Obviously, follow at Brooklyn Barwick right there. Follow at Team Popeye. Follow at Only Marky. Follow No Feelings, follow Oakland.co, follow Certs Brand, follow Multa NYC, follow Wolf Stoner Queen, follow Urban Legends, follow Cali Heights, follow all of my sponsors because at the end of the day, and obviously workandroll.nyc because at the end of the day, like I said, we are the underdogs when it comes to this, and she has unfair advantages from already being the favorite in IFL. Not going to say more about that, but just bet on Brooklyn. Buy these Nikki packs because honestly, we're going to be smoking on these Nikki packs all day, all night. She is the most ockiest bitch I've ever seen, and I cannot wait for June 24th to humble her down. Because at the end of the day, you haven't even stepped in the ring with me, Nikki. Stop stomping on me. I am one to, have social media beef, but at Brooklyn Barwick is a boss. So anyways, that is all I'm going to say. Follow at No Feeling Season. Follow all of my sponsors, and they will be linked in the description below. Follow them because we are the best. Bet on Brooklyn. That is all I got to say. Thank you so much. Mwah.